When we think about living for the glory of God and delighting in Him, we want to go beyond just thinking of religious things. So we do delight in God, and we do delight in the things of God, and that does include what we generally feel, falls into the category of spiritual or religious activities. But most of life is not religious. Most of life doesn't look very spiritual. So we want to include what we would think of as the mundane, the everyday activities. Think of what the prophet Zechariah said in his last 2 verses of his prophecy. It's chapter 14, verse 20 and 21. He's talking about the coming rescue and the work of God. And of course, we see this ultimately fulfilled in the work of Christ, the changes He brings to the Christian life. It says this, "In that day, there will be inscribed on the bells of the horses, holy to the Lord, and the cooking pots in the Lord's house will be like the bowls before the altar. Every cooking pot in Jerusalem and Judah will be holy to the Lord of hosts, and all who sacrifice will come and take of them and boil in them, and there will no longer be a Canaanite in the house of the Lord of hosts in that day." So, a very symbolic picture. But what I want us to take away from it is this. When we belong to Him, then all of life belongs to Him. And that is a wonderful thing, because that means every little task we do, whether it's for school or chasing the kids or mowing the lawn or prayer, or talking to a neighbor or going to a funeral home, it can all be holy to the Lord. That is, it can all be set apart to Him. It can all be a part of exalting Him. It can all be a part of delighting in Him. I love to live for my King, even in the very specific mundane things. And Zechariah says, when God rescues us, in that day, it's like the pots and pans in our kitchen are as holy as the special utensils in the temple. And even the harness and the bells on the harness of a horse, holiness is written there. We would say today, even the steering wheel on my car, holiness to the Lord is written on it. Everything can now be brought into living for Him.